Hey trackies, welcome back to another video. The temperature is being turned up slowly but surely. I'm on the pot upon fire and it's a cook, it's a bubble down. And coming up on the weekend is the Tom Jones Memorial and they have quite the lineup. Quite the lineup. However, there's one particular lineup that is particularly intriguing to me, and that is the women's 200 meters that will come up on April the 18th. Now, in this lineup, we have the likes of Julian Alfred, Favor Ofili, Rashida Adeleke, Tamari Davis, as well as Jamaicans, Nikisha Price, Alana Reed, Niesha Burgher, Stacey Ann Williams, Thelma Davis, Mai McCoy, Amy Hunt, and Anna Hall. Now, as you all realized, my tone elevated when I mentioned Nisha Burger. Now, the reason is a couple weeks ago, I did see Nisha Burger make a post on her Instagram page where she was being welcomed to Team Actors Global Sports. Now, I was like, okay, anytime you see athletes make these type of posts, you don't know, say they've either already gone pro or they're about to go pro trackies. And I have to say, I've been completely excited for Nisha Burger making this step. Now, trackies, no official statement has yet been dropped to say that she has gone pro. At this moment, I'm just speculating that she has indeed gone pro because she did compete last weekend, and that is April the 11th. And I do notice that where her name is on this list, it says unattached. And formerly, she would have represented UTEP from a collegiate perspective. She was running with UTEP athletes and trackies. Just from the outset, seeing it say unattached tells you right then and there that, yeah, this is a professional athlete. So, as far as I'm concerned, she's pro. And yeah, big shout out and congratulations to Nisha Burger. And she takes to that 200-meter lineup. And you heard the names. This is kicking things off with fire and brimstone. But guess what? I'm here for it. I'm here for her going up for the challenge and seeing what it's really like to run against an Olympic silver medalist. We're talking about Julian Alfred, a woman that has gone so far in her career at 21.86 seconds at her absolute best. So she lines up against her. We have a few athletes that have gone 22 ones, the likes of a Favor Ofili, Tamari Davis, and then of course you have Daryl Nita as well. Rashida Adeleke, not as fast, but still, these are all high class, high caliber athletes when it comes to the 200 meters. And as I said, she has definitely thrown herself in the fire. But I'm here for it. Now, based on my thoughts when it comes to this 200 meters, right off the bat, I'm going to say that this is Julian Alfred's race. After all, guys, she's the Olympic silver medalist in the 200 meters. And most importantly, the gold medalist in the 100 meters. So clearly, her class speaks for itself. So I'm expecting her to definitely take this race hands down. It'll be interesting, though, to see from a time perspective because so far these athletes have really been focusing on the longer distances. We saw her over the past 2 weeks. She ran a 300 meters where she ran a national record, taking down a Sherika Jackson where she ran a 36.05 seconds. So, taking all these things into consideration, her kicking her 200 meters season off, I'm not really expecting any ridiculous time. I just know that she'll be running fast enough to take down everybody else. That's my view. But I'm more so interested to see exactly what she has to offer because let's not forget the coach and Julian Alfred herself has said the intention this year is to be much faster over that 200 meters so that she can actually go for gold. She's not satisfied with gold in the 100 meters alone. She wants gold in the 200 as well. So she's working to make sure that she can take down a Sherika Jackson if she gets back to her best and also a Gabby Thomas that was the gold medalist from the Olympic Games. Now, if Sherika Jackson gets back to her best, let's just say ain't nobody clearing her. I'm telling you, Sharika is in a class of her own, second fastest athlete ever with her 21.41 seconds. Do not compare 21.8 to a 21.4. That's like Sydney McLaughlin, who is a 50-point hurdler running 52 seconds. That's easy for her. That's cakewalk, right? So when it comes to Sharika Jackson and the hunger and determinations that I'm seeing from her, she'll be back. But for now, Julian Alfred for sure is the dominant one in this race. I'm looking out for the likes of her Favor Ophelia, of course, Tamari Davis. She recently ran a 200 meters as well, where she did win that race. It was in a hefty wind, a positive 4.1, I believe. So, taking that into consideration as well, I still believe that this will be a good race. Looking out for Daryl Nita. And And yes, I'm also looking out for Niesha Burgher. These are the athletes that she will have to pay close attention to when it comes to running this 200-meter race. This is our best event. And yeah, these are the athletes to keep in mind. No, the other athletes are pretty much, 400-meter athletes as well. So this isn't their strongest race, but for Niesha Burgher, this is her best event. So far this year, she has gone indoors the same time that she has gone outdoors last year for her best, and that is at 22.39 seconds. So it will be interesting to see what Niesha Burgher will be able to do as the season progresses. But definitely, I'm here for her, competing amongst the best. Of course, taking the opportunity to go pro as well, allegedly. Let's just throw that out. Allegedly. Congratulations, I'm just saying. Right. But yeah, I'm excited to see what will happen in this race. No pressure, no pressure. It's the first one for these athletes when it comes to really focusing on their pet event. So let's see what happens for Niesha Burgher in this 200 meters. Now, I also did mention that there are other Jamaicans in the lineup. We have the likes of a Nikisha Price that will line up. She's our national record holder in the 400 meters. She has been taking it slow this year for sure, hasn't raced as much. Not sure if she's been going through anything. I'm hoping not, because I'm really looking forward to a big year for her in 2025 when it comes to that 400. Now, when it comes to the 200 meters, it will definitely help her from a speed perspective when she approaches that 400 meters for sure. Because if you see what Salwa is doing, that is a sprint from start to finish. And if you want to challenge her, then you have to be a strong 200-meter runner. She's pretty good in her own right. So let's see what happens for her in this 200. Alana Reed recently, switched clubs. So I don't really have much expectations. I just want her to, acclimatize to the new training setup. And let's see what she'll be able to get in 2025. Stacey is also there. The same thing that applied to Nikisha Price applies to Stacey here when it comes to the 200 meters. Again, her pet event is the 400 meters. Now, we also have that will be in other events as well. And I really want to point out Megan Tapper. Now, the women's 100-meter hurdles is always stacked. We're talking about Masai Russell, the Olympic champion. Grace Stark just narrowly missing an indoor medal this 2025 season. Tia Jones on fire, the fastest athlete so far this season. Alicia Johnson making it to the Olympic finals last year. Megan Tapper, an Olympic medalist actually, bronze medalist from 2021. Christina Clemens, maybe not the best for her in these latter years, but she also stood at the pinnacle when it comes to the women's 100-meter hurdles. We have Charisma Taylor, a new breakthrough athlete for Bahamas. We have Asia Laurentian. I hope I said that right. Also, we have Talia Brooks and Anna Hall. Now, Asia Laurentian seems to be from St. Lucia, if I'm not mistaken. So, St. Lucia seems to be having some athletes that are coming through. I'm here for it. Now, the reason why I find this interesting with Megan Tapper is because recently I checked on her Instagram and I noticed that it seems as though she has also switched training groups. Now, if y'all know, she was a part of the elite training group, and I see her over there in Florida training. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but it seems as though she has switched camps from the elite training group and is now training in the United States of America. Boy, I don't know what going down at elite, but I don't know who left. Other than Rochelle Clayton at this point, I don't know who is left at the Elite Performance Track Club. And honestly, it's just really and truly sad. From a performance perspective in this race, I'm not expecting anything much. She hasn't competed indoors, she hasn't competed outdoors as yet. So yeah, this is the first one for her. Let's see how well she goes. Size a bit more warm. Tia Jones is the fastest clearly so far this season. Grace Stark has also been competing strongly indoors. Charisma Taylor as well. I'm really expecting those athletes to be the athletes that will be leading this particular race. Again, it can go either way when it comes to the hurdles because the athletes are so good. But yeah, I'm not really expecting Megan Tapper to come out like blazing fast. If we get a 12, 9, 8, I'm good with that when it comes to a Megan Tapper opening up her season. Now, so we have some men in the 110-meter hurdles as well. We have Gianna Roberts and LaFrance Campbell. They go up against the likes of Grant Holloway. Clearly, we're talking about Olympic champion, three-time world champion. So yes, he has been killing it. Is it three or four-time? Child, 2019, 2022, 2023. Yeah, three-time. So yeah, Grant Holloway is definitely the man of the moment. And of course, we have to look at Trey Cunningham as well. Dylan Baird is there, Cameron Murray, Robert Dunning. So yeah, they'll be up against it when it comes to this men's 110 10-meter hurdles. Let's just see what they'll be able to do. Now, also in the women's 100 meters, and I didn't mention this before, but she actually comes back, and that's Niesha Burgher, rallies back on the 19th to compete in the 100 meters as well. It seems as though she's still training at the UTEP university, which means that she's probably still going through, the same reps that she would typically do. And from week in, week out, these athletes are pretty much used to doing, two events, the 100 meters and the 200 meters. They're probably approaching it the same way, not really switching things up too much, right? So she does run in the 100 meters as well, but she goes up against Olympic medalist Melissa Jefferson Wooden. She's now married. TT Terry opens up her season. We see Kayla White is there. Mackenzie Long also will be lining up. So I'm intrigued to see how these athletes will go. And of course, rounding out the field is Thelma Davis, Amy Hunt, Maya McCoy, Asha Phillip, and Grace Stark. Grace Stark seemingly comes back to run the 100 meters after running the 100-meter hurdles. All right, so guys, that will be it. The Tom Jones Invitational. I'm excited to see how these athletes will go, and I'm keeping my eye particularly, as I said, on Niesha Burgher. Represented Jamaica at the biggest stage last year at the Olympic Games. So, yes, I'm for sure excited for this new, fresh talent and the opportunity that I'm assuming allegedly that she has now found herself in because of her amazing talent. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.